Hello guys, welcome to this video. This is a warning at the front of the video. if you have no interest in hearing about Norwegian snow train railway journeys, just skip this video because it's probably not for you. You've been warned. Hey all friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and yeah, it's going to be a bit more, a much more relaxed video today. Not that the last videos weren't relaxed particularly, but they were quite. The Stein of Everquest video turned out to be a lot more grueling than I was expecting. Yeah, for whatever reason, but it was enjoyable all the same, and I'm glad I got one. Yeah, and this is going to be. This is a lot different. The last couple of days have been a bit different actually. I've kind of resorted to doing some of the barred diet. This is Cordelia Minster in North Carolina, and I believe that she is. Let's see if we can have a quick look. I believe that she's level 22 to 23ish. Not 100% sure, but if I can find her, I say she's 22. Yeah, so at level 28, which is what I am currently. I did 27 here as well, level 28. She's still blue. I imagine she turns green at the next level because that's when the barred diet kind of recommends that you move on. Yeah, it's just been nice and relaxing actually, just doing this after the running around doing the Stein and McGott quest and getting the Shralock packs as well. Nice. It's been a nice relaxing time. Kind of more so relaxing mixed in with, it's amazing the weird things you find on YouTube that turn out to be actually pretty awesome. I don't know how I came across it, but I found a YouTube channel. Basically it's a Norwegian train driver who uses a GoPro to record his routes. I think it's Bergen to Oslo. There's various different lines in between, but I think it's like oops, sorry about that. That's my alarm thing going off telling me that Cordelia is about to spawn. I hope you didn't jump too much there, but maybe it woke you up a bit. Anyway, yeah, Bergen to Oslo route, and I think there are various lines in between that, and yeah, and this person just records the journey, and the current ones have got like a nice winter flavour, obviously, because winter comes to Norway a lot sooner than it does in the UK. They get snow quite early, I think, from what I can tell. And it's amazing. Like one of the routes, I think this particular journey was a couple of years ago, but one of them, Cordelia Minster, by the way, at this level is really easy. I just nuke her down as quickly as I can. You'll get your mana back very easily. Where are we? Not quite there. Maybe one more. Yeah, you'll get your mana back meditating fairly easily. Start your timer. That's it. About 6:30, 6:40, 6 minute 30, 6 minute 40 spawn time. So yeah, that's basically it for these levels. I imagine it's a bit tastier if you come here at an earlier level. Yeah, but not a problem. Just route rot if you haven't got the level 24 nuke or whatever. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, just like watching the routes. One of them, one particularly that I'm just watching. I just kind of paused before I started recording. Is from a couple of years ago, and it looks like eventually the driver ends up driving like through a real proper snowstorm. Yeah, it's like a whiteout. They're coming out of tunnels, and immediately their windscreen is covered in snow, and the windscreen wipers are doing a very poor job at with visibility. But it just carries plodding on at a fair rate of knots. You know, no problems at all. And it's funny because looking in the comments for the video, there's a real stereotype in the UK that our train services are terrible, and some of them are, you know. But it's funny looking at the comments saying if this was the UK, you know, blah blah blah. And I'm not sure if it's like I don't think Norway are in the European Union, so I'm not sure if this is like a European health and safety thing, but you get train cancellations in the UK for very little snow. I mean, you know, I've woken up before to like a light covering, and they cancel the trains. And I'm not sure if they're just petrified of something happening, or whether there is just. I mean, I assume I mean, I don't know much about trains. I know about as much about trains as I do about snow. Let's be fair, but I kind of looked at the trains that this person's driving, and I'm assuming that to a certain extent they need to design their train system around snow, because in the winter you get a lot of snow in Norway. But this train is going through, it looks like thick snow. The snow is so thick that you can't see the track that the train is running on in front of you. When you come out of a tunnel, there's so much snow falling that your windscreen is immediately blocked. Visibility is really bad. So I assume that they've got to take into account, when they're designing their system, they've got to take into account. Sorry, this has become a video about trains in Norway and snow. I do apologise, but I just found it quite fascinating. I imagine their system, to a certain extent, is designed. I'm sure there's experts out there who could, suggest what the difference is between a Norwegian rail system and one in the UK. But looking at the track and the trains, they don't look super different. I mean, these trains don't seem to have a massive plough on the front as they're driving along, and I wonder if in the UK there's some sort of European law, or they're just petrified of something going wrong, and it's all health and safety crazy, as they say. But yeah, I mean, it's a few years ago now, but it's the first time I'd ever heard it, and there wasn't much snow. I woke up one morning, wasn't much snow, but the trains I got to work were cancelled, and we were told it was the wrong type of snow. That was the reason for cancellation. Now, I imagine that you do get different types of snow, in a sense that, depending on the temperature when the snow is falling, I imagine there's different consistencies. But this is the first time I'd ever heard the excuse that it was the wrong type of snow. Very very strange. But there you go. As I said, it could just be that we are crippled with this obsession with health and safety, and they were just trying to find things to say, basically. But yeah, it was interesting just watching this train driver just going. It wasn't going slow. It was a fair train, reasonable, normal train pace, I would say, speed through this whiteout almost and thick snow on the ground. Yeah, it's But the reason I was watching it is it's quite. Norway's a beautiful country, obviously, lots of lakes and rivers and mountains and hills. The country seems to be made up of that, with towns and villages built around that, the landscape. It's very beautiful. So it's great to watch, even when it's not snowing. But obviously in the winter, coming up to Christmas, watching the snowy ones makes it feel a bit festive. Yeah, but it's beautiful countryside, and it's also, when you've got headphones on, like the sound of the train humming, and it's almost got this ASMR kind of feel to it, where you're sitting there listening to it, and it's quite relaxing. Yeah, but anyway, back to Everquest. I kind of like. I mean, these are. I think I kind of reached that point where I'm not particularly bothered what I do. But I guess these are the kind of camps I maybe wanted to avoid. These camps where you just sit here and the only reason you're here is for XP and to progress your character. And I guess that's kind of the whole point of doing this kind of thing. That's what it's all about. And I don't know if anyone else gets this kind of thing, but I think to myself, well, maybe I should be doing more with myself, But then I think to myself, well, look, just level, get to 50 and then do the stuff. It's not like I'm going to go searching for groups in dungeons and whatnot. So maybe, just go through the leveling process, and then when you get to 50 and you don't need to worry about leveling anymore particularly, then maybe explore, do those things, get those items that you maybe wanted to get on your way up. We'll see. But this is definitely one of those lazy camps where you just think to yourself, I just want to get a couple of levels, and that's exactly what I'm doing. What I'm trying to do is work out how long it's going to take. I'm not sure if anyone else does this kind of thing, but I did the same with my enchanter. I was kind of looking at how many tiny daggers it was taking to level per level. So it just can't do these things. At the moment, I'm trying to work out how long it takes me to get a bubble of XP, and I think I can probably tell you actually, because I guess you could argue that I've actually got a bubble now, but there's like a bit of an abyss between bubbles, I've noticed, where sometimes it takes 3 or 4 kills to get through a bubble for some reason. You just noticed there, it didn't actually look like I got anything at all. But I'm going to say that is, start the timer again, I'm going to say that is that level. So that is that bubble. So I started timing this second bubble at 9:22 a.m. It's now 11:05 a.m. So that's taken, what was that, 38, 40, so an hour and 43 minutes essentially. Yeah, and I'm just kind of interested. Obviously, give or take a kill, give or take 6 minutes 30, because, you know, as I say, it's difficult to tell exactly where you are on the bar, particularly during these XP abysses. But yeah, these are just things that I kind of do for myself, just to keep it a bit more interesting. I think. There we go. Yeah, and you'll easily get your mana back before the next spawn, so plenty of time. Yeah, and I think that's it for the moment. The only other thing I was going to point out was someone asked a question about, I guess, kind of multi-questing the Stein and Magog. I'm not really sure that you can, or even if it's worth it. You know, maybe just find a friend who'll give you a hand. I think that, like, I think this person was a gnome mage. So if you're a gnome mage, for example, you can probably go through and do most of the quest perfectly fine until you have to do the turn in for the ogre. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, I guess you could. I think to get the compendium, the Barkeep's compendium, I think 2 of the items are no drop and 2 are not. So I guess you could have a couple of items on you, and you could have a couple of items. Yeah, to get in the nose. How would you get the? I think so. For example, the fish is no drop. So how would you get the fish with a character that, like an evil faction character, for example, so you can turn into the ogre at the end. So you can turn in. No, I guess you could do it. No, because you'd need. For the no drop stuff, I guess you'd need an evil race, and preferably an ogre, maybe, who could turn in the who could do the turn-ins at the Barkeep, at the bar in Freeport. But then I'm not sure what factions work for the Barkeep in Freeport, who you end up getting the compendium from. I think what you'd need to ultimately do is end up with the compendium on a race, or a race that can, cure their faction or improve their faction, so they can hand it into the ogre at the end. And I'm not quite sure how you would do that. I was kind of thinking that the thing is, I mean, as I said, it might just be easier to go through with a buddy or someone else who wants to do it as well. Yeah, maybe you can, and then just get the item from them at the end, I guess, if you kind of both help each other out. I've noticed on the wiki that it seems to be selling for like 100, 150 plat. So again, you know, I guess I'm not sure what level. I'm not sure at what point. I'm not sure if the Stein of Magog is like an end game item for a caster. It's got a lot of int, so I guess it probably would be. But maybe if you reach the level where you can get yourself a guise of the Deceiver, maybe you can use the guise at the end to improve your faction with Clerg, so you can then turn it in. Not sure. Maybe by the time you can camp a guise of the Deceiver, you got enough to buy yourself one. You know. But yeah, it's a tricky one. Yeah, if you it's weird because a lot of the the quest seems almost, even though it's an int item, it seems almost designed for an enchanter, you know, because the items you need come from various different races and factions. Yeah, and so I think you could probably do most of it on a good character up until the last turn in. Yeah, but it's an interesting one. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It definitely, but like most things in EverQuest, you know, I guess it's designed for most people to interact to finish the quest, I guess, you know, in some form, unless you're an enchanter, you know. I'm not sure if I know Druid Wolf form fixes a lot of factions, so I'm not sure if you can complete the quest up until you need to turn in to Clerg and then maybe get someone to Druid Wolf form you in, because I don't think that enchanters can change people's they can't illusion other people, but I know that if you get, maybe you could get a druid. I'm not sure if the druid faction will, if the druid wolf form will fix the faction at the end to turn into the ogres, but you could look into that maybe. Yeah, maybe the ogres, maybe the druid wolf form will fix your faction with the ogres enough so you can do the turn in. Not sure. It's a tricky one. But as I said, I think like most things in EverQuest, it's probably not designed to be finished on your own, I guess. You know, the game is all about socially interacting with other people, generally. Well, you never know it, the way some people play it. Yeah, but I guess Enchanter's got the advantage of being able to change their form and improve faction. So, yeah. I guess that's why you probably find enchanters doing it mostly. I think we're about to get another respawn. And this is it. I'm going to be here through 28 to 29 where I get some new spells. I get invisibility at level 29, which is a long time to wait. I think druids get their own spell earlier on. I'm not sure when clerics get it, but yeah, it's going 29 levels. I understand that melee characters, you know, yeah, yeah, you should be us, right? I understand that, but to go through 29 levels as a caster without an invisibility spell, you could buy potions, I guess, but yeah, it's a tricky one. But I think it kind of opens things up a bit more, so I might try and do it at dungeon crawling to find a little camp in a dungeon somewhere where XP is better. Saying that though, I think the bard diet is a thing for a reason. You know, the XP is really good. Even at the moment, you know, the XP is really good. Even during the final level here, before the mob turns green, I think, you know, the XP is still really good. So I guess there's a reason that it's so popular. But what I will do is I'll probably finish this video off. I'll probably come back and I'll try and work out a rough average of how long each bubble took to get. To give you some sort of idea of how long it will take you to get a level here. Bearing in mind that an ogre shaman does have an XP penalty, so, you know. I've seen this this wizard here a fair bit, actually. He quads the guards, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. You'll see him run off over the hill there in a minute with 4 guards chasing him. Yeah, that's pretty... I think he pulls 2 here. And and there's 2 coming from the guard tower, so he'll run over the hill with the 4 guards chasing him. And yeah, anyway, that's it for this part of the video. I'll be back to hopefully give you a conclusion as to how long killing the bard here took to gain a level, and see how the averages of the bubbles work out. Yep, I'll be back. Hello guys, welcome back to this video. Just a Norwegian snow train update. I think the train I was watching, I think, did have like a plough type thing on the end, on the front, because I think some of the snow coming up onto the windscreen was when it was going through, yeah, quite high drifts. But either way, you know, like, hats off. That's a great service to run in that weather. Not sure how much rail travel is in Norway, but there you go, pretty cool. Anyway. So, just looking at, I don't think I'll probably finish level today. I'm probably going to log out soon, but yeah, so I kind of recorded my time for for 3 yellows, and it was fairly consistent. I think it's 100 and... I mean, obviously, this is a rough estimate trying to judge when the bubble finished and then when the next one started, but I didn't record the time for the first yellow, but the second bubble was 103 minutes. The third one was 101 minutes, and the fourth one, which I've just did, was 110 minutes. So that was a bit higher, but I think that's within. I think that's within margin of error, because that's that's kind of roughly about the time of a spawn for one of the bards. So yeah, that's it. This has just been well, I'm not sure what to call this video, to be quite frank. If it was me, I'm not even sure I'd watch it. Like a mixture of Norwegian train railway information badly delivered and a little bit of Everquest. Maybe when you merge the two, you get a half decent video. I don't know, but whatever. I tell you what watching those videos has done is kind of... Norway was kind of one of the countries I always wanted to visit. Back in the day when I was really into Norwegian black metal, and obviously the scenery. Watching the train journeys and the scenery, just inspiring, just beautiful. I'd love to go and visit there. Yeah, but anyway, this has been a video of some sorts for you to watch over the weekend. I don't think I'll probably have any other videos over the weekend to go up, so this is all you've got. Bit of EverQuest info there, bit of an info drop. Yeah, I mean, if you come here, I mean, this is the last level where this camp is viable. So I would say that probably like 100 minutes to almost to 150 minutes. No, that's not right, is it? No, 1 hour. Yeah, 101 minutes to 110 to 110 minutes. Yeah, I think it's not a great leveling speed, but you take into account the XP penalty that I've got, and also the fact that, as I said, this is the last level that you'll be doing this, so it will be much quicker, I would hope, when you first come here. But still a relaxing camp. You know, if you think to yourself, I just want to get a couple of levels quickly as I can, or as easy as I can, without any stress, this is probably the camp to do. There's a shame when you probably come here at level 24, I guess, when you get some new spells. She's 22, so maybe a bit earlier if you're feeling a bit, a bit spicy. But yeah, that's it, I think, for this video. I'm now off to watch the end of the morning commute on the Voss line, where the train driver is using a 360-degree camera, which is pretty awesome. If you do the Voss commute, I have to say you're very lucky, my friend, because that's a beautiful train journey. Times where I felt like I was on a magic carpet ride through the Misty Mountains. But anyway, it was awesome. I should put some sort of warning at the front of this video saying, look, maybe avoid it if you don't want to hear about Norwegian train journeys. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.